All right, today we're diving into a medical case that really flips the script on what most of us think a stroke looks like. It's a story where the patient, the symptoms, and the hidden cause are all just not what you'd expect.
So, let's just start with the central mystery. Think about it. We usually associate strokes with older age, maybe certain health problems. So when a 33-year-old woman who seems perfectly healthy has a massive stroke, the first question on every doctor's mind is simply, why? How does that even happen?
The situation was absolutely critical. The patient shows up at the ER, she can't speak clearly, and she has severe paralysis down her entire left side. These are classic, high-grade stroke symptoms, and you know the clock is ticking. You have to figure out the cause, fast, to prevent permanent damage.
So, with the patient's condition being so serious, the medical team just kicks into high gear. This isn't just about a diagnosis, it's a frantic search for the cause. It's basically a life-or-death mystery playing out inside the brain, and it's a race against time.
Okay, so first things first, they do a CT scan of the brain. This is standard procedure. Doctors are looking for the usual suspects, any sign of bleeding, or what's called ischemia. That's tissue death from a blockage. But here's the first major twist. The scan comes back completely normal. All the symptoms of a major stroke are there, but the evidence? It's missing.
And this is where the suspense really cranks up. The patient's neurological condition is actually getting worse. She hits a 14 on the stroke severity scale, which is very, very serious. So that normal scan isn't reassuring anymore. It's terrifying. It means the real problem is hidden somewhere else, and they've got to find it, and find it now.
The answer finally came from a CT-angiography, which is a scan that lights up the blood vessels. And there it was. That image shows what they call a candle flame narrowing in the main artery going to the right side of her brain. A closer look showed exactly what was going on, a bleed inside the artery wall itself. It was creating a hematoma that was literally squeezing the vessel shut from within.
This condition has a name. It's called an arterial dissection. Now, the key thing to get here is that it's not a typical clot. The best way to picture it is like a tear in the inner lining of a hose. Blood gets between the layers, creating a bulge that blocks the flow. And that blockage is what was causing her devastating stroke symptoms.
So we have our diagnosis, but this one case points to a much, much bigger story. Turns out, this specific condition is a major and often overlooked cause of strokes in a very surprising group of people.
Get this, arterial dissections, just like the one our patient had, account for a staggering 10 to 25% of all strokes in people under 50. Let that sink in for a second. This makes it one of the leading causes of stroke in young and middle-aged adults, and a critical diagnosis to get right.
So what causes these tears? Well, sometimes they just happen spontaneously, for no clear reason at all. Other times they can be linked to trauma or underlying connective tissue disorders like Marfan syndrome or even acute infections. In this patient's case, a specific cause wasn't identified, which just highlights how many different things can potentially be a trigger.
Okay, so the problem has been found. The next huge challenge was how to fix it. How do you repair a torn artery from the inside without resorting to major open surgery? The answer lies in this really remarkable, minimally invasive technique.
The procedure is called endovascular treatment. Surgeons guide a tiny catheter through the body's blood vessels all the way up to the site of the tear. Then they carefully navigate a wire through the true channel of the artery, bypassing that false one created by the bleed. Once they're in position, they deploy a self-expanding stent. It's a tiny mesh tube, which pops open and pins the torn wall back into place. Instantly, the artery is reconstructed and that vital blood flow to the brain is restored.
And the result is, well, it's nothing short of incredible. On the left, you see the artery before the procedure, with that dangerous candle flame narrowing. And on the right, you see the artery after the stent has been placed. The vessel's wide open, the blood flow is restored. It's a complete reconstruction, all done from the inside.
So the procedure was a huge technical success, but what did that actually mean for the patient? And what are the bigger lessons we can take away from this advanced case?
The impact was immediate and profound. The patient's stroke severity score was cut nearly in half, from a 14 down to an 8, and that was before she even left the hospital for rehab. Restoring that blood flow didn't just fix an artery, it gave her brain a fighting chance to heal.
This case really gives us a blueprint for treatment, showcasing the modern toolkit for this kind of repair.
It involves using different stents for different parts of the artery, flexible ones for curves, stiffer ones for straight sections, and most critically, confirming the wire is in the true vessel channel before deploying anything. It's a game of millimeters with absolutely life-changing consequences.
And that brings us to our final thought. A procedure like this would have been complete science fiction just a few decades ago. It just makes you wonder, what's next? As technology gets even more precise, how will things like microrobotics and advanced imaging change stroke treatment? Could we one day make this kind of incredible outcome just routine? That's the future medicine is racing towards.